Now that's too soft. You want them to fear you. You want to walk into a room and their lungs freeze up. No greeting, no smirk, no approval, just a dead quiet. Let that silence crush their confidence. You see, words are worthless actions. Sure, actions can echo. But silence is a blade. My friend, the kind of blade that lingers in their skulls long after you walk out the door. People, they're fragile, predictable, always spitting nonsense, trying to make others think they're powerful, relevant, that they matter. What a joke. The more they speak, the more they show how desperate they are for validation. They don't notice it, but everyone else does. You're going to be different. You're going to stand there, say nothing, not a sound. Your face cold, blank, hollow inside, and you let them imagine the rest. You're here because you think I can shape you. You want me to teach you how to get the respect, the fear, the weight that forces people to take you seriously, You think you need more lines, more tactics, more tricks to crawl into their minds, right? That's where you're wrong, dead wrong. What you need, it's been in you the whole time. Let me tell you something, they sold you lies. Your entire life told you. Talking, reasoning, begging for respect was the path forward. But tell me, how's that working out for you, You've been explaining, apologizing, playing nice. And where has it taken you? Nowhere. You know why? Because speech is for the needy, the trembling, and you don't need their permission. What you really need is silence. Cold, merciless silence. You ever stand in a room where no one talks, but everyone feels that pressure, that knot in their gut that never fades? Yeah, that's what you're going to become. That's the force you want. A force that doesn't rely on roaring or threats, just your presence when you enter. They'll feel it. The air will compress, the room will darken, and they'll stare, wondering what's in your mind, what you're deciding, and you won't answer at all. Let's get one thing clear, people, they don't give a damn about you. Not really. Oh, they'll grin at you, shake your hand, act like you matter to them. But once you turn around, they forget you even exist. That's the truth, and that's your advantage. When you stop needing them, stop depending on them, you become something. They fear something they can't dominate. See, you've been following their rules, bending to a system that was never meant to hold you. You've been reading a script, believing that if you behave nicely, if you follow every step, you'll finally get what you deserve. But that's not how the world functions. Nah, the world doesn't care what you deserve. It only cares about who takes what they want without asking for approval. That's where silence wins, when you shut your mouth, when you refuse to justify anything, when you don't react to every petty move they make. You'll see something. They fear quiet. They're terrified of what they can't predict. And the less you give them, the more they crumble. Think about it. How many times have you spoken just to regret it afterward? How many times have you explained yourself, tried to defend your choices only to see it change nothing at all? Every word you let out becomes a chance for them to twist your intent, to weaponize your own voice against you. But if you stay silent, if you let the quiet speak for you, you strip away their weapons, you leave them empty, and now maybe you think, but if I stay quiet, how will they know me? How will they respect me? That's the trap they want you to step into. They want you believing you must shout to be noticed, that you must beg for their eyes. But the truth is, the less you speak, the louder your presence becomes. You ever watch someone walk into a room and command it without saying a thing? That's not luck, that's dominance, that's power. It's how they stand, how they scan the room like they own it. And it's not just refusing to talk. It's what your silence means. When you stay quiet, you're declaring you owe no explanations. You don't care for opinions. Their judgments mean nothing. And that unsettles them. It rattles them because they need your reaction. They need you in their game. They need you speaking. So they stay comfortable. But when you starve them of that, when you stand still, expressionless, silent, they start doubting everything. And that's when you've won, because most people are fragile, insecure, timid forever, searching for someone to approve them. They babble because they fear the quiet. They lash out because stillness exposes them. But you're different. You will be the one who doesn't need noise to make a move. You'll be the one standing in chaos without blinking. Let them rant, let them poke at you. Try to drag a reaction out of you. You won't budge, you won't sink to their level. You'll be calm, unshaken, silent, and they'll hate you for it. They'll despise your stillness because they can't predict. You can't reach, you can't step inside your mind. And that's the point. Silence is more than emptiness. It's a weapon, a brutal one. And once you learn to wield it, they'll have nothing left. They'll fear your presence not for what you say, not for what you do, but for what you withhold, what you refuse to show. They'll tremble at the unknown at the storm inside your head. And the best part is they'll build their own nightmares, their own doubts. You ever notice how people ramble when they're nervous, when they're shaking? It's because they don't understand quiet. They don't know what to do with stillness, and the longer you keep silent, the more they unravel, the more they expose their softness. And that's when you strike not with words, not with violence, but with your presence. You'll be the kind of person who doesn't need fists, doesn't need volume to be recognized. You'll be the one whose presence fills the room before your shadow even appears. And when you leave, oh, they'll whisper about you long after you're gone. Not for what you said, but for what you never said now. This won't be easy. It takes iron. It takes discipline. You'll want to react, want to yell, want to defend yourself, but you must crush that instinct. You must be stronger than their noise, stronger than your impulse. You must stay calm, unmoving, silent. Because every time you do, you're building strength. Every time you don't engage, you weaken them. And here's the twist. The more they push, the more frantic they'll get. They'll try everything to make you slip insults, threats, maybe even force, but you're untouched. You're above their chaos. You don't need to justify anything. You don't need to defend your existence. Your silence is all the proof they need. Eventually, they'll crack. They'll shatter under their own panic, under the weight of their fear. And when they fall, that's when you've won. Not because you traded blows. Not because you argued or pleaded, but because you stayed composed, silent, in full control. And that's what terrifies them most, but don't confuse silence with submission. No, that's where fools fail. They think if you're not yelling or fighting back, you're losing. But hear me, silence isn't retreat, it's strategy. It's letting chaos scream around you while you remain still, immovable like a cliff in a hurricane. You're not ducking the fight, you're choosing the deadliest weapon in the room because silence cuts deeper than any insult ever could. It lingers, and that is where your power lives, in making them question themselves, making them shrink beneath your steady, quiet resolve. Here's the truth that they'll never grasp until they're broken. Silence creates fear because people fear what they can't read, what they can't control. And when you stop reacting, when you stop feeding them responses, they lose control. They panic, they spiral because humans crave reactions. They crave feedback. They crave anything that tells them you're predictable. But when you stay cold,